Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and I've got new toys to play with today. So I treated myself to the colour palette book. Found this on Amazon. I will leave a link below in case you want to join me in this crazy path. I've got no clue what I'm doing. I've never really done anything like this before. I've also got the Gambi Art Nouveau paints. You can see there's a dog hair already, so it definitely belongs in this house. I have also got my Tim Holtz Distress Crowns, and we're going to see what we can come up with. Now, I'm no artist, so I'm not looking at creating a masterpiece. I just want to do some, well, I quite like this, all the greens and blues. Let's have a little look at our palette. I don't know they're going to be perfect, but I think we can probably work with that. Let's go with that. Let's do number 3. I've not looked any further yet, so I don't really know what else is in the book. We'll start with number 3. So, what have we got? Right, well, we need this dark grey, almost black. We want this sort of tealy green. Is that one? Billard green. Is that one? Almost. It's not a bad match, is it? And then we've got this that ivy green doesn't feel right, but let's have a little look. Yeah, see, no, it's much too, but do you know what, if we put a bit of that in, that might work for that. And then this pea green might work there. And I think if I pull out this pale aqua and we mix these two together, we might get that, if that makes sense. There you go. And then at the top here, this green gold. Oh, don't stick your... Just trying to get the paint pan out. There we go. That one. Oh, not quite. And that one I think is too yellow. Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to go with those. I know they're not perfectly right, and I know I haven't got a very dark one. What about that grey green? Will that do it? What about that one? Yeah, almost. There you go. So there's my palette for this masterpiece. Let's slide them over there. I haven't got enough desk space, that's the trouble. We can get rid of the book because we've chosen our paints, okay. And I think I'm going to put this directly on my mat, and I can use my dirty mat for mixing paint. Okay. Let's try and get this straight. If I get it straight, I might stand a chance of getting my segments the same size. Let's try not to tear this weird on an angle. So I'm going to take this down. As I say, complete novice, got no clue what I'm doing. I'm sure you're all laughing at me. But you know what? If we don't try, we don't learn. So there you go. So we're going to give it a bash and see how we get on. And if the worst comes to the worst, can always use it as background paper for something journally, like collage fodder or something like that. Okay, so that's my paper down, but now I think I want sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3. So if I go halfway across that line there to halfway across there, that should be relatively straight, she says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And do you know what? I might even go the other way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Out there. There we go. We're going to give ourselves 6 squares. Ta-da! And this is just washi tape because again I'm such a novice. I've got no real equipment. Okay, so now if I put this here, is it going to be too far off your screen? That's the thing, isn't it? Sort of. Oh well, I've stuck it down there. There's not a lot I can do. So now we said we were going to mix those two with that to try and get that middle colour. So shall we start there? So let's get some water in here. Let's get a paintbrush and let's get some of this beautiful green. I think this was the ivy green, wasn't it? Like that. And then get some of this pea green. Like that. And then, see, I'm trying to leave the residue paint, or as much of it as I can, there. And then, if we mix this, contaminated it now, haven't I? Right. So I'm wondering, if I bring this over on here so you can see what I'm doing more, we put some of this here and some of this. Now, where was my book? I'm trying to create this one, aren't I? Needs more of this. Do you know what? I don't think that's bad for that one. So that's quite good, isn't it? Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with this palette brush. We're going to dip it in here and we're going to do some and then I'm going to bring some of that other colour in. Okay, I did tell you I wasn't going to do a masterpiece. I'm just basically doing mark making. So that's those first 3 colours on there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a light spritzing and see if that'll move around a little bit. Whoops. And we'll just dab that back a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to get another paintbrush and we're going to try again and mix, you know, add some more colour. So put a little bit of water in that one. Get my clean paintbrush. Oh, it's lovely. Beautiful colour. And then I think I want a little bit more water in there. And I'm going to try and just mark make again. And of course, because I made it wet, it's now running, which is nice, I think. Okay, it's a very strong colour, isn't it, that one? Let's see if we can't tone it down with this. So, I think this was that bluey green, wasn't it? It's a beautiful colour. Okay. So then with this one, I've got this tube out of a old, I think it had twine on it. Just add these rings in this. It's almost like a mallard bird, duck to me. Okay. And then we've got this one. This dark one. Oh, now this to me, I don't know if it's what they call it, but this to me is like a forest green. Look at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful. Move that up. Oh. Do you know what? Let's turn this round. Like that. And then you'll be able to see better because I can put it on this bit. It's a real look forest green. And you know what? I'm feeling we're going to do some more scrapey lines. I'm going to try and go, oh yeah, look. Oh, I love it. It's interesting how this one has obviously got the most water on it because it's definitely blurring most here. I don't mind that. I like that. Now, of all the colours that we've used, the one that I think is most underused was the one that we mixed up in the first place. This one round here, this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more water on there. I'm going to give that a really good mix round, plenty of water on my brush, and we're going to go for the old flick. And I'm thinking when this is dry, I'm going to get some amazing stamping done on here. And I just think that's going to be awesome. And we'll see what they look like. Let's have some of that as well. as backgrounds. Ooh, I need a little bit more water. There we go. Now it's happening, isn't it? Right. I'll leave that to dry. So I'll put you on pause and then we'll get some stamping done on it. Okay, so I'm back and this is dry. Oh, basically dry. There's a couple of little areas, but in the main it's dry. So I've bought in this messy number stamp, this one, and I thought as it was foresty we'd have some birds. I've got rustic wilderness, distress oxide, bundled sage in the oxide, and ground espresso. So I'm going to start by building up from the back as we would always. So I'm going to start with this one, which now seems to have paint on it, this one, and I'm going to start with the rustic wilderness. So put my ink down, just, yeah, you're going to get areas coming through in different places. You see? Starting to pick up more ink now. Yeah, loving that. If you don't like getting your hands dirty, this is definitely not a project for you. Okay, a little bit more down there, I think. Like that, perfect. So that's got rid of the rustic wilderness. I'm then going to do, now I was actually going to use the bundled sage, but I think it's going to be too light. We'll try one and see what happens. So let's go for this one that's got 58 on it. I think it's going to be too light. We might have to bring something darker in. Let's have a little look. Oh no, you can see, yeah, because obviously we don't want it to take over anyway, do we? We just want to add into our layers. So yeah, if you have watched people like Alison Bomber work, they try and do the same thing in different places just to add, you know, more interest. I want this one right there, I think. Right there. Oh yeah, see? And this one up there. Suddenly all that weird painting doesn't look so weird, does it? It's very, very interesting. So each one has got one of our 5/8 on. So that's good. And I'm wondering now if I'm going to do this number 6, but I'm going to do it in the ground espresso. So make sure we got the 6 up the rock. Oh, sticking my elbow in my ink. Make sure we got the 6 up the right way. Yeah, it's just to add in a bit more colour there. That's the first brown that we've really introduced, isn't it? And then of course we're going to put our birds in brown. Down there. And then there, I think. So just have a, little minute thought about where I'm going to put Jenga. There's always Jenga here, isn't there? Okay, liking that. And you know, of all of them, I think this is my favourite. It's really interesting, isn't it? And then our birds. And I'm just thinking that as we've used the ground espresso, I might bring in the archival sepia for my birds. And this particular one has got all this sort of berries and stuff that it's on its branch. Now I don't really want to use black. I think it's going to be too harsh, but I do really want it to stand out, which is why I've gone for a different brown. And I think I'm going there. Yeah, the brown got the twigs, you can't really see the bird. Maybe we do need black. I just feel like it's going to be too stark. I didn't really want to use black, can't help it. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. That's disappointing, but hopefully it won't be too stark. Let's see. So this is the jet black in the archival. Oh, see, that's not so stark. That's interesting. Should have just done them all black from the beginning. I wonder if I can get a cheeky shadow. We might end up having to throw this one away. Let's see. No, I think that sort of works. Should we try it here as well? Oh my goodness. What if we just do the bird? Oh, that's not too bad, is it? Right, okay, so we do need black. I thought it was going to be too stark. Just goes to show how wrong you can be. So sorry, yeah, not very talkative, just playing away and letting you watch. Having a laugh at me for doing something crazy. Whoops. And then bang in the middle of that one, I think. Okay, and then on this little set there is also extra berries, so can have our extra berries coming in from different places. So like we can bring one down there, we can have one coming there, make great pockets. Actually, let's just put more underneath him on that one. This one, again, more underneath. And then this one will come down on top of his head, I think, from, whoops, from that angle there. Okay, now the moment of truth, really, isn't it? So this was the last one that went on. Then these two. Whoops. There we go. And we have got 6 forestry looking squares that are going to make brilliant pockets or even go on to tags. So yeah, that was quite a fun little experiment, and the result is good. It's not what I thought we were going to end up with when we had that terrible set of messy paints, but it works and I'm pleased. So I hope you've had some joy and inspiration, or even just a giggle. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. I'm going for a wash. Ta-ta for now.